Oh yeah, for me, being here in Tuscany, in particular in Lucca, feels very much at home. We have our favorite restaurant. We just came from there just now, and I've got people in my band who've eaten 4 meals in one day at the same restaurant. Um, but I really love the city. It's a very beautiful city, and the appreciation for music is really, really high, and that's the most important thing for a musician. You know, you really want to feel like people are receiving what you're giving, and that absolutely is what's happening here in Lucca. You know, to play a pop song for me is no problem. I mean, people call me a jazz musician, but I played on Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, you know, all sorts of Paul Simon, all sorts of pop records. So that's part of my life and part of my music. So that's not a problem. And also, jazz always has a relationship with pop music, you know. The, uh, the jazz musicians of the 40s and the 50s, they always played pop songs, you know. They would open them up and stretch them and turn them and do different things to them, but they were pop songs. So, Que Sera Sera, we're basically doing the same thing, you know. We're taking a song that everybody knows, twisting it and turning it and creating something new. If I was going to do a new duet with a pop artist, oh man, there's so many. I really, of course, old school Stevie Wonder, you know, of course, because he's like, for me, he's the top. Um, there are some rappers out there who are really talented. There's Kendrick Lamar. There's a guy, Q-Tip, who's from my neighborhood in New York City, and he was with a tribe called Quest, and he's very good, you know. He's more than very good. He's incredible. So there's a lot of pop artists, and I might start investigating that myself because you're always looking for something new. You know, you're always looking to do something that people don't expect. And Que Sera Sera on the Laid Black album, that's like the first step. Yeah, for me, you know, each musician, pretty early on in their life, they decide what their mission is. What's your goal? What do you want to do? And some musicians, their goal is to celebrate the past, celebrate the glory years of jazz. And there's a lot of musicians like that. And there are other musicians who feel like, you know what, I want to continue always to grow. I want to add new things continuously so I can reflect the times that I'm living in. And so it's not about not finding what you're looking for. It's finding what you're looking for and then now looking for something else and then looking for something else after that. And that keeps you, for me, it keeps me vibrant. You know, it makes me feel alive. You know, you're always looking for something. People who find what they're looking for, they don't always seem so happy to me, you know. I think the fun is in the search. Yeah, we're in a world where people all of a sudden are starting to close the doors. Absolutely, you know, the it's not so free to go from one country to the other as it used to be. But music doesn't care. You know, music goes right through the walls. I remember when I wrote a song for Bishop Desmond Tutu, who was fighting against, he was fighting against apartheid in South Africa. It was for Miles Davis. And the record was released in the 80s. In the 90s, I came to South Africa for my first time. And somebody said, "Thank you for Tutu." And I said, "How did you hear it?" Because I knew that the government used to not allow music that supported the battle against apartheid. But they said, "Listen, man, if we need to hear it, it doesn't matter. We will always hear it. Music is that powerful." And I think we musicians are we're going to become even more important as things get more crazy out there, you know. People are going to need us. Pros and cons of recording in the studio versus playing live. Okay, in the studio, you're playing like this. Concentration, technique, rhythm, tone, precision, right? And you want to get the best sound. You know, sometimes the engineer says, "We're not ready. I know you're ready to record, but I'm not ready. I want to move the microphones to the perfect place." So everything is about capturing this, this beautiful, perfect sound. And I played in the studio for many years, so I can play very precise, you know, no, no string noise, no nothing, just precise. Live, the emphasis is on sharing emotion with the people, you know. And if you play precise, that's good. If you don't play precise, as long as the energy is there and the people are feeling what they want to feel, then it's good. If you play in the studio too long, you lose the emotion, you know, the freedom, right? If you play live too long, you lose the precision, you know. You get sloppy because, you know, all I got to do is go wham with big arms and people go, ah, you know. And then you hear the recording and go, ooh, that wasn't so good. So I think you need to have a balance.